I felt like I've done better this past year is really, understand that, this is my life and I can't really, just ignore it now.
Farrall has an open lane and takes it to the hole for the slam.
The biggest statistic that Cooper Farrall worries about never shows up in a box score, but it does register in his continuous glucose monitor, because Farrall plays NCAA basketball as a type 1 diabetic, an autoimmune disorder with no known cause and no known cure.
Basically, your pancreas stops working, your pancreas supplies your body insulin, keeps your blood sugar stable. If you go high, you eat a lot of carbs, you don't have to worry because your insulin will bring you down, but our pancreas doesn't work and we have to, manually inject with insulin and manually monitor our blood sugar,
which can fluctuate high or dangerously low and fast.
Whenever I get low, I get shaky, like my hands are shaky, my vision gets blurred, I can't really focus, my mouth gets dry. I start to panic and I start to get anxious, and then next thing you know, you just get so anxious that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm about to pass out.
It's exceedingly challenging, right? I mean, the young athlete with type 1 really has the extraordinary job of managing their own fuel system.
Matt Corcoran runs diabetes training camp, where Farrall went in high school to learn not just how to be a type 1 diabetic, but how to perform as one.
You see the highest level athletes talking about mental skills and emotional health these days. Well, the athlete with diabetes needs it 10 times to overcome the challenges that they're faced with.
Nowadays, life is helped a lot by technology. For Cooper, that's his glucose monitor and his insulin pump or pod. It's kind of like an external pancreas that doses him insulin. But it's not perfect.
If you ask any of my teammates, some of the times my pod falls off and I just have to chuck it to the sideline, and they're always like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm good. I just, have to put one on later.
Because the devices do keep him going, and if he has a problem, they let him know.
The thing is very loud, it is very obnoxious, and it is continuous. It's definitely fun whenever, it's dead silent. We're in a film session, and then next thing you know, you hear this alarm just going off.
But Cooper's not alone. Jay Cutler, Mark Andrews, Connor Daly. There are successful type 1 diabetic athletes out there, and for the next wave, Farrall is one they can admire too.
Obviously, I'd love to just be a normal athlete, but that's not what I am. And to some extent, I'm like, okay, I'd like to take advantage that I'm type 1 diabetic and I can help, showing that my Dexcom while playing basketball, or just getting a text from my parents saying like, hey, this kid, from a family that we know, saw that you play basketball, saw that you're doing great. It's really an inspiration. You gotta live with it. I'd love to take it back, but you can't, so.